Imagine waking up tomorrow, checking your bank account, and then realizing you only have enough money left for more 3 days. No emergency funds, no backup plan, no rich uncle coming to save you. Just pressure. Oh, that silent kind of pressure nobody talks about. Now here is the scary part. Most people don't stay broke because they are lazy. They stay broke because they repeat the same invincible habits every single day until struggle becomes normal for them. And that's exactly what Jim Rohn warned people about decades ago. He said, "Your life does not get better by chance, it gets better by change." In this video, we are breaking down the financial advice that changed millions of lives. And we are also going deeper, not just motivation, not just work harder. We are looking at actual practical steps you can use to escape survival mode, even if you are starting from zero. Because being broke is hard, but staying broke forever is a mindset. But first, let's look at why most people never escape poverty. Jim Rohn believed something most people don't want to hear, and that is, income rarely exceeds personal development. Hear this again. Income rarely exceeds personal development. That means your financial life is often a reflection of your habit, discipline, thinking, and environment. And honestly, that's uncomfortable because it's easier to blame the economy, your boss, your country, and bad luck than to admit that your daily decisions may be quietly destroying your future. Think about it. Most people spend years mastering entertainment, but almost no time mastering money. They know every celebrity scandal, every football stat, every TikTok trend, but they don't know how investing works, how debt traps them, how skills create income. And Jim Rohn said something powerful here. Formal education will make you a living, but self-education will make you a fortune. The average person stops learning after school, and that's the problem here, because the world rewards value, not excuses. If you want to earn more, you must become more valuable. Hear this again. If you want to earn more, you must become more valuable. And that's the game nobody explains. Now, let's look at the poor habits that are keeping you stuck, because we must identify the problem first and then we offer solution. Jim Rohn often said, success is nothing more than a few simple disciplines practiced every day, and failure, the exact opposite. A few bad habits repeated daily. And here is what that looks in real life. Sleeping late every day, impulse spending, watching 6 hours of content but learning nothing, complaining instead of planning, building discipline, same habits, massive consequences. Here is the dangerous thing about financial struggle. It rarely destroys you overnight. It drains you slowly. $20 here, $50 here, 1 year wasted, another wasted year. Then suddenly you wake up at 35, 40, 50, still surviving, still saying things will get better soon. But hope without action is just emotional entertainment. So here are practical things you can start doing immediately. And I want you to take these things seriously and apply discipline as you start doing these actions. Action number 1, track every dollar for 30 days. Every single one, I mean every single dollar you spend, track it. Most people have no idea where their money actually goes. Awareness changes behavior. Action number 2, stop buying things to impress people who don't care. Most broke people are trying to look rich. Rich people are trying to build assets. That's a huge difference. You must not impress people, and you must only buy the things that you actually need, not the things that you want, except you have enough money. But here, we are talking about how you can track every dollar you spend. Action number 3, learn one high income skill. Not 10, not 20, not 100, just one, and then focus on it. For example, sales, video editing, copywriting, coding, content creation, AI automation, marketing. These are high income skills that you can learn. Choose one and learn it very well. One skill can completely change your financial future, but most people never stay focused long enough. That's the problem. So here, you will apply discipline, choose one high income skill today and start learning it. If you don't have the funds to go for paid classes, YouTube is here. Go on YouTube, search for that high income skill and start learning. Then with time, you could arrange better ways to go for paid trainings. There is one thing you need to understand, and that is your environment is shaping your future. Jim Rohn famously said, "You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with." And whether you realize it or not, your environment is programming you every single day. If everyone around you complains, you will complain. If everyone around you wastes money, you will normalize wasting money. If everyone around you believes success is impossible, eventually you too will believe it. This is why some people stay trapped for decades, not because they lack intelligence, but because they lack exposure. They have never seen another way to live. Listen carefully here, my friend. Your environment can either expand your vision or shrink your ambition. Here is again. Your environment can either expand your vision or shrink your ambition. That's why changing your input changes your life. Here is how to do it practically, because we're about practical steps here. 1. Replace massive scrolling with intentional learning. For the next 30 days. 2. Listen to financial podcasts. Watch educational videos instead of random entertainment. Read 10 pages daily. These are the practical steps you should start taking from today and in the next 30 days. It sounds simple because it is, but simple habits repeated long enough become identity, and identity shapes destiny. Another thing Jim Rohn understood deeply here is wealth is attracted to value. If you solve bigger problems, you earn more money. That means instead of asking, "How do I get rich quickly?" ask, "How do I become useful?" That's the right question to ask when it comes to earning more money. How do I become useful to a lot of people? Not just to a few people, but to a lot of people. That question changes everything if you can apply it practically and the right way. Let's talk about the truth about hard work. Let's look up something important here. Hard work alone is not enough. Millions of people work hard every day and still stay broke. Jim Rohn believed in disciplined effort but also intelligent effort. Working harder at the wrong thing changes nothing. Imagine climbing a ladder for 10 years, only to realize it was leaning against the wrong wall. That's what happens when people spend decades building income without building freedom. So here is a practical financial strategy most people ignore. Step 1. Reduce unnecessary expenses aggressively. We talked about it earlier. Only buy things that you need, things that you actually need, not things that you want or to impress others. Now, you don't have to do this forever, but temporarily, because we're about building your income. You do not need luxury while building stability. Step 2. Increase income immediately, not eventually, now. Too many people only focus on saving money, but income growth matters more. Can you do freelancing, deliver services, sell a skill online, work weekends temporarily, start a digital side hustle? Even an extra $200 to $500 monthly can completely change momentum. Step 3. Build an emergency fund before chasing flashy investments, because financial stress destroys decision making. When you are desperate, you make emotional choices, and emotional choices are expensive. Now, most people quit too early when trying to build their income. Why? Well, the next lesson from Jim Rohn might be the most important thing, and that is, don't wish it were easier, wish you were better. Most people quit because progress feels invisible at first. The gym doesn't work immediately. Saving money doesn't feel exciting immediately. Learning skills feel frustrating immediately, but growth is delayed. That's why discipline matters more than motivation. Motivation gets you started, but discipline keeps you going when results disappear. And people who struggle financially often make one huge mistake, and that is, they constantly restart. New plan every week, new goal every month, new opportunity every day. But mastery requires consistency. The people winning financially are usually doing boring things repeatedly, investing consistently, learning consistently, working consistently, improving consistently. No magic, no secret shortcut, just patience mixed with discipline. And honestly speaking, that's harder than staying distracted. Now, here is a mindset that changes everything for you. Jim Rohn believed your philosophy determines your future, not your circumstances, but your philosophy. Two people can face the same hardship, one becomes bitter, the other becomes unstoppable. What changed? Perspective. One sees obstacles as punishment, the other sees obstacles as training, and that shift matters. Because financial success is emotional before it becomes physical. Read that again. Because financial success is emotional before it becomes physical. You must believe your future can improve before your actions fully align with it. But belief alone isn't enough. You need structure. So here is a simple weekly system you should follow. Every Sunday, review your spending, review your progress, set 3 income goals for the week. Spend 5 days learning a valuable skill. Do this for 1 year, not 1 week, 1 year, because most people dramatically overestimate what they can do in 30 days and underestimate what they can do in 3 years. Just as Jim Rohn once said, if you don't design your own life, chances are you will fall into someone else's plan. And most people actually do. They fall into someone else's plan because they fail to design their own life. They survive instead of building, consume instead of creating, complain instead of changing. But your current financial situation does not have to become your identity. You are not stuck forever. You may need new habits, new skills, new discipline, new environments, but change is possible. Not overnight, not magically, but absolutely possible. And maybe the first step is to start today. So I urge you to start today. Every day, come back here and then watch this video and take practical action. Because what is in this video, if you practice it, can actually change your life. And it can change your income if only you practice it with discipline. Remember, motivation starts the journey, but discipline keeps you going when motivation dies. Thank you for watching to this point. I believe you got value here. Please hit the thumbs up button and then share with others. Subscribe to the channel